Hi, my name is Brandon Wimmer, and I'm the Assistant Executive Director of the Wisconsin Academy of Family Physicians. And I am here with Dr. Beth Menzel, who's a member of our Board of Directors. And the reason we're here today is that one of the Academy's strategic areas of focus is leadership development. So we're filming videos with some of our members as just leadership highlights, so they can share a little bit about their involvement with the Academy and in family medicine, and why they think leadership is such an important trait for family physicians. Dr. Menzel, a little bit about yourself.
I'm Beth Menzel, obviously. I practice in Appleton, Wisconsin at Mosaic Family Health, and I'm one of the residency faculty there, and it's actually where I graduated from residency as well. So.
Great. So how long have you been involved in family medicine?
I would say my involvement in family medicine probably started in medical school, and I was in Minnesota for medical school. I knew going into med school that I wanted to do primary care, and had several really great mentors, one in particular that I was assigned to shadow in clinic, and then by chance got involved with the Minnesota Academy of Family Physicians, and from there just sort of knew that family medicine was where I wanted to be.
Very good. We're happy to have you in Wisconsin.
Me too.
Was there something specific that drew you into family medicine?
Yeah, I think for me the biggest thing was the longitudinal relationship with patients, and it's really that running the full gamut that people say, you know, cradle to grave, womb to tomb. For me, it's that connection with your patients and really with the whole family. I also really loved the idea of being able to do procedural things. I like to do stuff with my hands. And so being able to do procedures, being able to do OB and deliver babies, yet being able to hold somebody's hand at the end of their life, that sort of variety and balance for me has been key.
You mentioned you got your start in Minnesota. Was there somebody specific that inspired you to pursue family medicine?
Yeah, so the one particular mentor that always comes to mind for me at the start of really wanting to do family medicine was Dr. David Agerter, who had been a residency program director over in Minnesota, but was not at the time that I shadowed him. But I was just assigned to shadow him. Everybody had to shadow a primary care doctor, and he was the one, and he just really took me under his wing. And his relationship with patients was what inspired me to want to do family medicine. And the other person was actually also an assigned sort of preceptor. We had to do a week of primary care sort of immersion in medical school, and I spent some time with Dr. Eitram, the late Dr. Eitram, who had been really involved in WAFP shortly before he was named the Family Physician of the Year in Wisconsin. Spent a week living with him and really sort of seeing that life of a family doctor, and he was just a fantastic mentor as well.
Great. You mentioned a couple of times your relationship with your patients. Can you describe your approach to dealing with patients?
Yeah, I think I would say my biggest piece of my approach to patients is really meeting them where they're at. And a lot of that has to do with relationship and getting to know people. And I would also say that part of my approach is really not beating around the bush. I feel like I'm pretty direct with my patients. But what I love about that approach is really, I heard somebody once say, you know, in family medicine, the first year or two in your practice is about getting to know new people. And after that, it's chatting with old friends all day. And so I think that is true for me, but your interaction is different depending on your patient. But I would say overall my approach is just really meeting the patient where they're at. And sometimes they need you to be gentle, and sometimes they need some tough love.
Is there a most memorable experience you've had with a patient, or you know, a relationship that's developed that's been particularly special to you as a family physician?
There are so many. I think when I think broadly about this, I think the most memorable times for me are really transition times, and it's the times that are important to my patients. And so, but the most memorable are usually overcoming big hurdles, whether it's celebrating with one of my patients, her conquering her heroin addiction, and continuing to conquer that on a regular basis, the anniversaries of her being clean and sober. It's holding a patient's hand at the end of their life and standing with their family, and you know, being at their funeral and knowing from their family that you've made a difference, maybe not even just for the patient, but for their family. And of course, it's being at a delivery and watching life enter this world. And that juxtaposition that I have known for many years now, every time that I am standing with a family through death, there's a new life that is born, and somehow that always happens, and it's almost always within 24 hours. It's a kind of a crazy cool thing about this work that we do.
Yeah, that is pretty incredible. So I just want to say thank you for speaking about your experience in family medicine and your involvement with the WAFP. It's certainly something that we and all of our members appreciate. So thanks again for taking the time to do a video and sharing your experience.
Thank you.